I've counted dreams that never came, held on to hope without a name. Walked through fire, walked through snow, lost some parts I'll never show. But every time I hit the ground, the world kept turning without sound. So I stood up and let it flow. I don't know much, but still I go. Still I go, though I am tired, though my faith feels like a wire. I don't always understand, but I still reach with open hands. The road is rough, the sky hangs low, but step by step, still I go. There's beauty in the things we miss, like kindness in a stranger's kiss, like quiet meals and blurry frames, and letters signed without full names. Some stories end before they're done, some never start but still they run. And even when the winds won't blow, I raise my sail, and still I go. Still I go through every ache, every detour, every break. I don't need to always win, just to begin again. I carry less, I learn to grow, and even lost, still I go. Maybe life is not so grand, but in the dust I find the sand that shaped me soft, that shaped me slow, through every yes, through every no. Still I go when morning comes, with quiet feet and beating drums. There's no map, but there's a way, in every night, in every day. And if you ask me why I show, I'm still alive, so still I go. I've held 1,000 plans too tight, watched them scatter overnight. Thought I knew the way to go, till the road said not so. I've walked through places undefined, chased the past I left behind. Some days felt like standing still, others broke me just to heal. There's no map for this, no perfect chart, just trial and ache and honest heart. We lose, we learn, we miss, we mend, we start again, we reach the end. And somewhere in the mess we grow, in ways we're not supposed to know. The truth's not always wrapped in bliss, there's beauty when there's no map for this. I've watched friends become a name, loved and lost and loved again. Found new meaning in the rain, found my peace inside the strain. I've let go of needing signs and trusted more in crooked lines. Sometimes strength is standing small, sometimes brave means not at all. There's no map for this, no clear design, just borrowed time and grace we find. We cry, we laugh, we fall apart, and somehow make a work of art. And though it's never all we planned, we learn to sit, we learn to stand, and every bruise becomes a twist of beauty born where maps resist. If you feel like you're alone, like every step just leads to stone, hold on, your path is yours to take, even lost hearts still awake. There's no map for this, no promised light, but still we move through wrong and right. And though we walk with fear and grace, there's love in every out of place. So don't wait for signs you've missed, there's meaning here, no map for this.
Wake to find the morning grace, the sunlight warming up my face. Another day, another chance to lift my voice, to raise my hands. You've given more than I deserve, a love I never had to earn. In quiet ways you've always shown I never walk this road alone. I'm grateful every breath I breathe, for mercy new and love so free. Through mountain high and valley low, your faithfulness is all I know. No riches could compare to this, the gift of grace, the taste of bliss. With all I am I choose to sing, thank you God for everything. When I remember where I've been, the battles lost, the weight of sin, I see your hand has never strayed, your kindness met me on the way. You've turned my mourning into song, you've held me when the nights fell long. Your promises have always stood, and even pain has worked for good. I'm grateful every breath I breathe, for mercy new and love so free. Through mountain high and valley low, your faithfulness is all I know. No riches could compare to this, the gift of grace, the taste of bliss. With all I am I choose to sing, thank you God for everything. Even in silence you are near, even in sorrow you draw near. So I will praise with all I've got, for you are God and I am not. I'm grateful every breath I breathe, you gave your life to set me free. Now all I am belongs to you, forever thankful, ever true. With all I am I choose to sing, thank you God for everything. I've whispered prayers I didn't know in places where the river's slow, where answers hide in blades of grass and time forgets to move so fast. I felt you there in silent ways, not in the thunder, not ablaze, but in the breeze that brushed my face, a soft unseen eternal grace. And you are near when I don't speak, in broken, strong, and holy weak, not bound to pews or endless songs, but in the place where still belongs. I don't need proof, I only breathe and find you waiting close to me, not in the why or even how, but in the here, the now. I've carried guilt like folded clothes, worn thin by stories no one knows. But you don't count the steps I missed. You welcome me with open wrists. No grand display, no temple fire, just presence deeper than desire. And every doubt that I outgrew just made more room to walk with you. And you are near when I don't speak, in broken, strong, and holy weak, not bound to pews or endless songs, but in the place where still belongs. I don't need proof, I only breathe and find you waiting close to me, not in the why or even how, but in the here, the now. You are my soul has yearned, and when I have no strength to rise, you kneel beside me, not above the sky. Yes, you are near when I can't try, when faith is just a weary sigh. No need for me to understand, you simply reach and take my hand. You speak in wind and rustling tree, and quiet songs that carry me. And when I fall, you don't allow the shame to steal the now. I've wandered through the sleepless days, chasing meaning in my ways, but every step I tried alone led me back to what I've known. In stillness I can hear you near, not always loud but always clear. And when I fail you don't let go, you meet me in the undertow. You are the breath when I run dry, the hand that lifts when I can't try. Not in the storm or thunder sound, but in the quiet I am found. You never promised skies would stay, but you walk with me all the way. So even when I break apart, you hold the pieces of my heart. Prayed with words I couldn't say, and felt you closer anyway. Not in the grand but in the small, in every rise after I fall. There's beauty in the days I've lost, redemption always finds a cause, and grace that flows not just in song, but where the lonely hearts belong. You are the breath when I run dry, the draw me close and pull me in. You are the peace I never knew, the still, the strong, the ever true. Not in the fame or glory crown, but in the silence I am found. And when the road is dark and long, you give my weakness back its song. So let the world spin all around, I know with you I am found. I used to look for bigger signs, a grand design, a perfect line. But life was speaking quietly in the fallen leaves, cups of tea. Not every dream will bloom in time. Some drift like ships without a sign. But even in the breaking wings, I felt the weight of simple things. The way the morning touches stone, the ache of leaving not alone. A letter read 1,000 ways, a song that pulls forgotten days. The laughter lost, the tears it brings. I learned from all these simple things that life's not loud, it softly sings and holds me in its quiet wings. I tried to run from who I was, measured myself in should and musts. But healing doesn't knock or shout, it waits until the fear walks out. Now I find peace in winding road, in stories never fully told. Not every fire has to burn to teach a heart the way to turn. The way the rain forgives the ground, the beauty in a quiet sound. A name engraved in empty space, a memory time can't replace. I found my truth in wanderings and in the weight of simple things, where nothing's sharp, yet everything still carves its mark without a sting. So if you're tired and losing pace, and life feels like a stranger's face, just close your eyes, you'll start to see it's always been in you and me. The whispered grace of passing years, the strength behind unspoken fears, the broken path that softly clings to teach the weight of simple things. No need for thrones, no golden rings, just breath and time and simple things.
I could never count the ways you've carried me through darkest days, through every tear and trial I faced. Still I have known your steady grace, not for the things my hands have done, but by the cross, the risen sun. You chose me when I turned away and drew me back with love that stays. Thank you for this grace, so deep and wide, for every breath, for being my guide, for hope that holds when storms arise, for mercy written in the skies. I bring my heart, I lift my praise. You filled my life in countless ways, no words enough, yet still I say thank you for this grace. Quiet room, you're with me in the garden bloom. Each little gift, each unseen thing speaks of the kindness that you bring. I've wandered yet you've waited still, with open arms and patient will. You turned my doubt into belief and crowned my brokenness with peace. Thank you for this grace, so deep and wide, for every breath, for being my guide, for hope that holds when storms arise, for mercy written in the skies. I bring my heart, I lift my praise. You filled my life in countless ways, no words enough, yet still I say thank you for this grace. This grace. It's not about what I have earned, but love that never must be earned. And every moment, high or low, is held by hands that won't let go. Thank you for this grace. My soul will sing. You are my joy, my everything. And when I stand before your throne, I'll say again what I have known. Thank you for this grace. There are words I meant to say, but they got lost along the way. In hurried days and quiet nights, I held them back, I closed too tight. I've learned that silence has its cost. In every pause something was lost, but life keeps turning soft and slow, and leaves behind what we don't show. So here I am, a little late, with open hands and tangled fate. I've fallen more than I've begun, but still I chase the setting sun. And in the breath between regret, I live with things I never said. But maybe that's how we all grow. Not every truth is meant to show. I've seen the stars forget to shine. I've watched the years reshape my spine. The mirrors change the faces too, but some mistakes still feel brand new. And though I walk with softer pace, I still remember every place where I was strong, where I was small, where I first learned that love could fall. So here I am with all I've missed and dreams I folded in a fist. I don't know where the answers lie, but I keep asking, still I try. And in the breath between regret, I live with things I never said. But maybe grace is letting go of all the things we'll never know. And if I had another day, I'd speak the words I hid away. But even now I see the thread of who I am through what I've bled. So here I am, no perfect plan, just heart and hope in open hands. I won't undo what time has done, but I can walk and I can run. And in the breath I haven't spent, I'll say what living really meant. Not every wound has to be shown, some healing ways we'll never own.
I used to chase the ticking clock, thinking I'd outrun the thoughts. But time doesn't move that fast, and some things were never meant to last. I've walked through doors that led to none, tried to be brave, tried to run. But even when the sky turns gray, I find a breath between the days. 'Cause life is not a finish line, it's broken glass and homemade wine. It's late night calls and morning haze. It's quiet hope that always stays. We lose, we learn, we bend, we break. We give more than we ever take. And somehow in these messy ways, we found a breath between the days. I've hurt myself by holding tight to things that vanished overnight. I've smiled when I was wearing pain and danced alone inside the rain. But even scars begin to fade when love is louder than the shade. The heart still beats, the soul still prays, and finds a breath between the days. 'Cause life is not a perfect plan, it's dust and stars in every hand. It's saying yes when all feels strange, it's letting go so we can change. We fall, we rise, we ache, we mend. We carry stories without end, and somewhere through the darkened maze, we breathe again between the days. So take your time, it's all allowed. You're not too late, you're just not allowed. Some lives aren't built with praise or fame, but they still burn a steady flame. So if you're lost or feel erased, just know there's breath between the days. You're not alone inside this fight, there's still a song beneath the night. And even when the colors fade, you're still alive in every way, in every breath between the days. Quiet hours before the dawn, when all the noise has come and gone, I I sit and trace my yesterdays in folded thoughts and shadowed ways. The world is spun through joy and fear. Some dreams stayed close, some disappeared. But through the blur, one thing rings true, that every step has led me through. Life is not the perfect scene, not always sharp, not always clean. But there's a grace in every fall, a strength that rises after all. It's not the gold, it's not the fame, it's how you walk through loss and flame. And in the stillness I have found that life is both the sky and ground. Learn to speak with fewer words, to feel the truth that goes unheard, the quiet love, the subtle pain, the way we break and love again. I've held my breath in heavy rooms and watched the seasons change too soon. But even winter has its role, it teaches warmth inside the soul. Life is not a steady line, but turning leaves and borrowed time. It's letting go, it's starting new, it's finding peace in being true. It's not the script we thought we knew, but still it leads us, me and you, through every tear, through every song. It shows us how to just belong. So if you're lost and feeling small, remember you still stand through all. The cracks don't mean you're coming undone, they're where the healing has begun. Life is not the final word, it's in the echo barely heard. It's how you love, forgive and stay, and rise again another day. And when the silence softly calls, you'll know you lived through great and small. With every scar and every vow, you're here, you're real, you're living now.
Walked on roads with no clear end, and lost myself just to pretend that I was fine, that I was sure. But hearts like mine don't find a cure. I've heard the wind call out my name in moments soft and moments strange, and somewhere deep I came to know that life just moves the way rivers flow. It bends, it breaks, it floods, it dries, it hides the truth behind the skies. And we just float, we just try to find a reason, find a why. But maybe we're not meant to see the full design, the mystery. We're just the stones the river throws, and life moves on the way it knows. I've said goodbye without a sound to dreams I buried in the ground, but something new began to rise in places grief had touched my eyes. And all the pain I thought was wrong was really just a different song that taught me how to breathe and grow the way the quiet rivers know. It
bends, it breaks, it floods, it dries, it holds our fears, it tells no lies, and we just float. We learn to bend, to lose, to start, to break, to mend. We're not the tide, we're not the sea, we're just becoming quietly, not meant to stop or take control. Just learn to flow and let it roll. So if you feel too small to stand, just let the water take your hand. It knows the way, it always has, through broken dreams and greener grass. It bends, it breaks, it breathes, it slows but never ends. Just comes and goes, and all the tears and all the highs are part of how the soul survives. So let it take you, don't oppose, you'll find your way. The river knows.
Some roads are quiet, paved in thought, with questions no one ever taught. You walk alone to feel a hand, and memories you didn't plan. Each step you take, a breath, a bruise. You don't get answers, just the truth, that even silence speaks somehow, and pain can shape the here and now. We're learning how to be okay, with dreams that slowly drift away, with plans undone and hearts unsure, and all the things we can't secure. But still we move and still we try to find a place between goodbye and all the things we'll never know. Some roads are quiet, but they grow. I've watched the sun behind the rain and found a kind of peace and pain. The things we lose don't disappear, they stay in ways we hold them near. A laugh, a song, an open door, a moment we don't look for more. It's not about the big, the grand, but small things we don't understand. We're learning how to live in gray, where answers sometimes fade away, where not all stories end in rhyme, but carry meaning over time. And still we breathe, and still we bend, and learn beginnings from the end. Though quiet roads don't always show, they hold us more than we may know. So if you're lost in what you feel, just take it slow and take it real. You're not alone, though you may seem. You're walking through someone else's dream. We're made of loss and morning air, of broken hope and whispered care. And every scar we try to hide is part of what we keep inside. But still we go and still we mend, we write new pages, try again. And through the stillness we will know, some roads are quiet, but they grow.